Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Former Cowboys $10 million safety a fit for Eagles, analyst claims. The Dallas Cowboys offseason has featured more marquee departures than key signings, and one former defensive playmaker could bolt for an NFC East rival. Jaron Kearse, 30, could be an ideal fit to land with the Philadelphia Eagles, according to Patrick McAvoy of Sports Illustrated's All Eagles. He had a cap hit of just over $6 million last season, McAvoy wrote of Kearse, and likely will find a deal in a similar range this offseason. Philadelphia needs some help at safety, and Kearse has plenty of experience already in the National Football Conference East. Safety is one of the Eagles' glaring remaining needs, and Kearse could be an ideal veteran upgrade alongside Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, in what has become a rebuilt secondary this offseason via free agency and April's 2024 NFL Draft. After playing the last 2 seasons on a 2-year contract worth $10 million, Kearse could prove content to sign for closer to the veteran minimum, for the opportunity to chase a Super Bowl ring in the Eagles' defense. Last season, Kearse posted 72 total tackles with 1 interception and 1.5 sacks, while Pro Football Focus points out he held opposing receivers to just 10.9 yards per reception when quarterbacks targeted him. What could make Kearse a strong fit for Eagles defensive coordinator Vic Fangio's scheme is the fact that he has plenty of experience playing linebacker and could be deployed in a joker-type role in Philadelphia. Even if Kearse winds up in Philadelphia, or elsewhere, the Cowboys' secondary could remain a strength again in 2024. Malik Hooker returns at free safety, after producing 50 total tackles and intercepting 1 pass last season. He returns for the 2024 season with a cap number in the neighborhood of $3.99 million. Meanwhile, Donovan Wilson is penciled in as the Cowboys' starter at strong safety, on the heels of an 88-tackle 2024 campaign where he also intercepted 2 passes, broke up 3 more, forced a fumble and recovered 2 fumbles. Former 2021 6th-round draft choice Israel Mukuamu could fight with Wanya Thomas for the snaps left behind by Kearse if he is not on the roster come September. In a lot of ways, this is a defining season for the Cowboys, as constructed. When the 2024 campaign kicks off, there is a very real possibility Dak Prescott enters the season playing out the final year of his contract, and Mike McCarthy is already a lame duck head coach. It is possible that the only way both McCarthy and Prescott are back in Dallas in 2025 is if the Cowboys make a lengthy run at the Super Bowl in 2024. But, as CBS Sports points out, the Cowboys' schedule for the coming campaign includes a bit of a landmine and a stretch of games with the potential to define the season. Although the Cowboys went 12-5 last season, all 5 of those losses came on the road, which isn't great news for a team that will get just 1 home game over a 6-week period starting in Week 4, John Breech writes for CBS. If the Cowboys don't fix their road woes, that stretch could end up being Mike McCarthy's undoing. That stretch of games is a gauntlet. From Week 4 through Week 11, the Cowboys travel to New York to take on the Giants, Pittsburgh to face the Steelers, return home for a showdown against the loaded Detroit Lions prior to the Week 7 bye week, and then return to the road at San Francisco against the 49ers, at Atlanta against the Falcons before hosting the retooled Philadelphia Eagles in Week 10. The following week, the reward for the grueling stretch is the Cowboys taking on the Houston Texans, who have legitimate Super Bowl aspirations. 5 of the Cowboys' 7 opponents from Weeks 4 through 11 made the postseason in 2024, and the Lions, 49ers, and Texans all won at least 1 playoff game. If the Cowboys can emerge from that stretch over .500, it could prove a catalyst for a late-season charge toward the top of the NFC standings. Conversely, if Dallas stumbles, the heat is only going to intensify under McCarthy and Prescott down the stretch. Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs, blasts New York Giants' new throwback uniforms. Get your shots in while you can, Trayvon Diggs. Recently, the New York Giants revealed new alternate jerseys they'll be wearing in 2024 to honor the organization's 100th year. While the history behind the jerseys is pretty special, let's just say fans didn't like the way the final product looks. Unfortunately for the Giants' social media team, they've dealt with a ton of bashing online, as people pretty much think they're hideous. Just ask Diggs about that. Shortly after the new gear dropped, the star Cowboys cornerback didn't waste much time in letting everyone know what he thought about them. A simple "you" from Diggs tells us everything we need to know about how he feels. Okay, we get it. However, Diggs' response has angered plenty of Giants supporters, who are now counting down the days for Week 4 of the 2024 season to get here. Come Thursday Night Football that week, the Giants will be hosting Dallas at MetLife Stadium for a primetime tilt. Giants head coach Brian Daboll is 0-4 against Dallas in his 2 years leading the team, but come on, something has to change there soon, right? It would be sweet if the Giants were to silence Diggs early on in the season. Not only that, but can you imagine if the Giants decide to troll Diggs and the rest of the Dallas haters by wearing their throwback uniforms? Things would be made quite special if Daniel Jones lights up the box score and throws for 3 touchdowns on the night against Diggs and the rest of the Dallas secondary. Dallas has owned New York in recent seasons, including the embarrassing 40-0 defeat to open the campaign in East Rutherford last fall. The Giants want to erase that terrible memory, and they want to make that happen as soon as possible. Let's hope revenge is served come Week 4 and Diggs has himself a night to forget thanks to a great showing from Jones and the New York offense as a whole. Trending, the Dallas Cowboys could replace Dak Prescott with this upcoming star in 2025, and many fans should be happy. The Dallas Cowboys are heading into the 2024 season with high expectations after winning the NFC East last season and then getting blown out at home by the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round of the playoffs. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott had himself a year in 2023 when he finished in second place for the NFL MVP and threw for 36 touchdowns, which was a league high. Still, failure to do anything in the postseason once again has had many Cowboy fans wanting to move on from their star quarterback, and that could be coming next season. The 30-year-old quarterback is heading into the last year of his 4-year deal, which he signed in March 2021. There have been no signs of progress on a new deal. If Prescott does not sign a deal by next season, he will likely not be on the roster for 2025, and one NFL analyst already has a replacement lined up for the star quarterback. In a way too early, the 2025 CBS mock draft Chris Trapasso has the Cowboys picking at 25 and taking Houston quarterback Donovan Smith. Trapasso states, "There's always one surprise quarterback who catapults himself into the round 1 discussion. Smith is my pick right now. At 6'5" and listed at 240 pounds, he looks the part. Plus, he has mobility and a reasonable arm." Smith started his career at Texas Tech in 2020 and then transferred to Houston in 2023. He threw for 2,801 yards and 22 touchdowns while throwing 13 interceptions last season. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Donovan Smith? Leave your opinion in the comments.